What is up, my friends? You are very welcome back to our match reaction here on Anfield Agenda after Liverpool have beaten Leicester City by 3-1 in the Carabao Cup. Jurgen Klopp's men, as is always the case these days, went a goal down early doors, but 3-1 FC were at it again. We turned it round. Goals from Domonik Szoboszlai, Cody Gakpo and Diogo Jota will progress us through to the next round. And I don't know about you, but I'm fairly happy with that evening's work. We're, of course, going to go through the game, give you guys our thoughts on it, ask us to let you know your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, do drop a like on the stream as well. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. You are very welcome along with us. And yeah, look, we did what we needed to do. We got the job done. We progressed through to the next round of the League Cup. And I'm happy. You know, if you're looking at standout performers from the game, I thought Harvey Elliott was absolutely sublime. He's going to be asking himself how on earth he didn't score today, but put in a very good shift. Endo really stepped up in the second half as well. I think his game progressed. Curtis Jones did very well, filling in on the right-hand side. We got to bring on players as well, give them more valuable minutes. The likes of Bajcetic came on, obviously Luke Chambers at the end of the game as well. Darwin came on for a little cameo, and all's good. 3-1, that'll do. Into the next round, and I'm sure you guys are just as happy as I am. Endo was outstanding in that second half. The glow up was insane, said Haroon. Start Endo at 6, said Ainu N. Endo was classmate, said Stan McCullum. Just seen Szoboszlai's goal. What a worldie goal of the season, said Jordan. Yeah, if you haven't seen the goal from Szoboszlai, I mean, you're in for a treat. It's so good, honestly. And so was Diogo Jota's. I mean, great goals in that game tonight for us. Gakpo finished his very well. Assist from Gravenberch, so it was double Dutch for that goal that brought us back into it at 1-1. The goal that put us into the lead was an absolute exquisite missile from Domonik Szoboszlai's right foot. And then the third goal, which sealed it for us, came from great work from Jarrell Kwanzaa, winning the ball back on the right-hand side. He got his way towards the byline, pulled it back to Diogo Jota. Ball was a little bit behind him. No need to worry, though. Diogo Jota just flicks out his right foot and steers it into the far post. Job done. And most importantly as well, no injuries, which I will take very, very happily. And Nessie said, Watoro Endo Appreciation Super Chat. Good. We like that. We'll take the super chat. We'll take the Watoro Endo compliment. And again, we'll thank you for your assistance. Yeah, delighted. Look, we're going to ask you guys, as we always do, for some suggestions for your man of the match today. So let us know in the comment section, and then we will get 4 contenders up on the screen, and you guys can vote away for your man of the match. Daco, 1, thank you for your super sticker, mate. Appreciate you. Didn't put a comment in, but appreciate the super chat. Impressive 80% of the play. Good all around, said Dave Cooper. Endo was immense, said CW. Szoboszlai, said Sergu. He's so good, Szoboszlai, isn't he? I mean, to come off the bench and to have the impact that he did was top notch. So look, I'm going to get the poll open for man of the match. And I'm going to hopefully put the right names in so you don't get angry at me. Right, so man of the match. We're going to start off with Harvey. Then we're going to add in Endo. Who else do we want for man of the match? I think Jones deserves to be in there as well, if I'm being really honest. And we need one more. So we've got Elliott, Endo, Jones. We need one more name for the man of the match vote. Yeah, we'll throw. I like that. We'll go with Kwanzaa. I like that. I like that you guys are looking out for the younger players. Yes, we'll go with that. I like that. Right, the poll is now live at the top of the chat, my friends. You vote away. It's your show. You get to dictate who the Anfield Agenda man of the match is. Harvey Elliott, Watoro Endo, Curtis Jones or Jarrell Kwanzaa. The poll is open for you to vote on. We'll leave it open till the end of the live stream. Want to just as well say a really quick thank you to Connor and Ben in the background for all of their help around today's watch along. It's a team affair here at Anfield Agenda, and I wouldn't be able to do it without the lads' amazing support. So can we get some hearts in the chat for the boys, because I get the glory on the channel. You know, I get the joy of coming on and talking with you guys, but their hard work in the background makes me able to do what I do. So without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. So we can get some love for the guys in the chat. That will be much appreciated. And also, don't forget to vote for Ben in the FCAs for Best Designer. If you haven't done that already, please get across and make sure that he gets that recognition, because in my opinion, he's the best in the industry. Harvey so consistent, said Kusenic Leonardo. Endo is better than Caicedo. I love that. King, thank you for the super chat, said stunning performance from Wataru Endo. Do you know what? I'm going to be really honest. And my assessment of Endo was first half, he was left a little bit to be desired. I'm going to be really honest. Second half, top notch. And I hope this fills him full of confidence, because Klopp sung his praises when he came in. We all want him to be successful and do well, and that performance will do no harm whatsoever. Jota's celebration, just standing and looking confused, said Colin. You know, it's just the quality of goals that we score sometimes, Colin, just astounds me. And Szoboszlai's goal today was outstanding, and that finish from Diogo Jota was just top notch as well. Ben will win it, he deserves it, said Gaming Dog. Well, you don't always get what you deserve with the FCAs, buddy. For instance, we were put forward for Best Newcomer a few years ago and didn't even make the final, even though we had more subscribers and views than every other finalist combined. But apparently I was just being salty by pointing out the fact that we were overlooked. And I don't want the same to happen to Ben, so yes, please do vote. Almost had another rocket as well, said Ben. Yeah, he tried it the other side this time, just pulled back on it a little bit too much. I got a feel for Elliott, though, in that game. Harvey's going to feel like he'll never understand how he didn't score. Really unlucky not to be on the score sheet today, Harvey Elliott. And I thought his performance deserved the goal as well. I thought he was outstanding. Good to know we'll beat Spurs 3-1 on Saturday, said Rabadan. Yeah, 3-1 FC at it again. And look, you don't want to be going 1-0 down and turning it round. It's nice to know you can do it, but you don't want to do it, right? I still feel that Leicester City goal should have been ruled out. I felt like there was a foul and cost us. And I also feel like Ben Doak should have had a penalty in the first half. I thought that it was a blatant clip on him. I can understand the referee missing the foul on Ben Doak, but the linesman was straight across from it. I don't understand how he didn't flag. Callum Spence said, was it just me or was the game so much better without VAR? Well, no, because I just pointed out two things that I would have liked to have thought VAR would have corrected, which is, of course, the foul on Costas and the foul on Ben Doak. But you could also maybe argue that Gakpo's goal would have been very close. He was coming back from an offside position. I think he looked just on, but I can say that there was a couple of decisions that I felt VAR could have cleared up. Mentality monsters. I think if VAR was being used, we would have got them decisions, said Jordan. Chimikas wasn't a foul. I disagree. I felt like he had his left ankle clipped. But either way, it wasn't given, and what we're always taught from kids right through is play to the whistle. And Leicester won the ball back. They broke. They had numbers on us, and they scored a perfectly good, well-finished goal from their perspective. And then from that point on, it felt like a matter of time till we got an equaliser. Went in a half-time, and we're probably scratching our heads wondering how we haven't scored a goal in that first half. Ben Doak hit the crossbar from a tight angle. Hill feel he should have scored, and we created plenty of chances. Jota had a shot saved by the keeper. But in the second half, look, we came out, we got the job done. 3-1 victory. I'll take it. Puts us through to the next round. And honestly, is the draw tonight? Does anybody know if the draw's tonight or not? I truly don't know at this moment in time if the draw for the League Cup is tonight. Still, into stoppage time, by the way, at St James's Park, it's still Newcastle United 1, Manchester City 0 in the Oil Classico. Other results to bring you from tonight. Everton knocked out Aston Villa 2-1 at Villa Park. Blackburn knocked out Cardiff 5-2. Bournemouth beat Stoke 2-0 to progress. Brentford lost at home to Arsenal. Arsenal through to the next round. Chelsea knocked out Brighton by a goal to 0. Fulham 2, Norwich City 1. Lincoln City 0, West Ham United 1. Liverpool, of course, 3-1 winners. And as I mentioned, it's still 1-0 to Newcastle in that one. And yes, the draw is tonight at 10:15, so we will stay on to bring you the draw as well. Don't be worrying about that. If the draw's at 10:15, then we'll be here to bring it to you. Actually, is the draw going to be on... Is the draw on Sky Sports News? Because I want to get it up on the TV here. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to get the draw on, just to make sure I don't miss it at 10:15. Anybody able to tell me what channel the draw is on, I'll be able to bring it to you live then. I'd imagine it's Sky Sports News. They usually do the draw on there, I think. I hope we get Newcastle or United. I'm predicting we get United at home. That's my prediction for the next round. And knock them out and pile the pressure on Ten Hag. That's my predictions for this one. Right, let me get the right channel on here so we can get the draw ready for you guys when it comes on. No, I don't want to update my TV. Fuck off asking me. Right, let's get on to Sky Sports Football. Still latest score, by the way, at St James's Park, 1-0 to Newcastle in that one. So to get back to our game today, looking at the Man of the Match poll, we asked you guys to give us your result for Man of the Match. 20% of the vote so far for Harvey Elliott, 51% for Wataru Endo, Curtis Jones on 8% and Jarell Quansah on 21%. We're going to leave that poll open till the end of the live stream for you guys to vote. You're awful, Craig, but I like you. I don't know how to take that. I'm not awful, I'm amazing. Look at me, I'm a national treasure. I'll take it though, I'll take it. But I don't know why I'm awful. I think I'm pretty good at what I do, but okay. Endo's the best player tonight, who win another Klopp Cup, just like Minamino. I'm giving away free TV updates. No, every time I turn on the TV, it keeps saying, do you want the newest, latest? I don't care, I don't use it often enough to update it. Still waiting for confirmation of the result at St James's Park, by the way. It's deep into stoppage time in that one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it on live. Might as well put it on here in the background. It is over. It is over. Newcastle have beaten Manchester City by 1-0 in the League Cup. City knocked out. That's it. Sack Pep now. Immediately. Fraud. Sack him. Immediately. Shocking. Not good enough. Unlucky. We've had my TV, by the way, the game's still on here. It's Newcastle clearing their lines. I've had 7 minutes of 6 added on. Now it's all over on my TV, and it is confirmed. Newcastle have beat Manchester City by 1-0. Pep Guardiola and Manchester City 115 charge FC. One less team for them to worry about is a cup run, because they're now out. Whoopsies. Anybody feel sorry for them? No? Okay, didn't think so. Me neither. Draw, by the way, for the next round is going to be at 10:15, and we're going to stay on and bring it to you, so don't worry about that. And I want your predictions. Who do you think Liverpool are going to draw in the next round of the League Cup? Because unlike Manchester City, we're actually in the next round of the League Cup. Hi, Pep Unald. Who would you want in the next round? Well, look, you want the easiest draw possible at home. That's what you want. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we end up getting United at Anfield. That's my guess in the next round. Szoboszlai should be shooting more. Well, look, I think he'll definitely take confidence from today. And if you haven't seen Domonik Szoboszlai's goal today, you are in for a treat, my friends. It was an absolute worldie. Who missed those Gerrard screamers, said Queen Nadra. I know, if you squinted your eyes, Queen Nadra, and looked, you could think you could bring yourself back to the Stevie G days, because that was Gerrard-esque from Dom. Unbelievable strike. Oh, and we're still working on the subs as well. Please do hit that subscribe button, my friends. We're about 100 away from getting 1,000 subscribers today. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Right, some suggestions for the next round. Burnley away, said Keir Murdoch. Lincoln, said Phil. United at home, said Liz. Kessie said Blackburn or Burnley for a prediction. Would love Port Vale, said Bradley Hall. Will get Everton, said Harry Williams. Leon Lawrence reckons United at home. Chelsea or Everton, said Daz Reynolds. Do you know who it won't be, though? It won't be City. Manchester 115 charge City are out, beaten by Newcastle in the Oil Classico. Goal of the Cup, Domonik Szoboszlai, nobody's beaten that. It was an exceptionally good strike. You could have had two keepers in that, and he'd have broken his hand if he got to it. There was so much power in that strike. 60 million for Szoboszlai, what a bargain. We've robbed Leipzig. That's why Liverpool wanted to get that deal done before the clause expired, because they would have asked for about another 10 or 15 million probably as soon as that expired. That's why Liverpool worked so quickly to try and make sure we got Domonik Szoboszlai over the line before that clause in his contract expired. Again, thank you to Mark as well, by the way, our chief moderator, who's been keeping me filled in on lots of bits and pieces. The officials, by the way, have been confirmed for the game against Spurs this weekend. Simon Hooper is going to be the referee. Assistants are Adrian Holmes and Simon Long. Fourth official, Tony Harrington. VAR, Darren England. And assistant VAR, Dan Cook. No issues with those appointments, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'll take that. No problem. Just love that the Reds are back. That's the main thing, said Kiwi. Yep, I'm buzzing, mate. Absolutely buzzing with the start of the season we've had. Got an away win in the Europa League. Got a win in the League Cup. 5 victories and a draw in the league so far. I mean, can't get much better than that, to be fair. Quadruple still on. And it was Alexander Isak, by the way, with the goal to knock out 115 charges Abu Dhabi FC. Does Endo start on Saturday? It's a very good question, Juan. What do we say, chat? Does Endo start on Saturday? If you're Jurgen Klopp, are you going into that game with Endo in the 6 and Szoboszlai McAllister ahead? Wouldn't be a bad show. All of tonight's results, by the way, in the League Cup, and again, thank you to Mark for that. Aston Villa 1, Everton 2, Blackburn Rovers 5, Cardiff City 2, Bournemouth 2, Stoke City 0, Brentford 0, Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Fulham 2, Norwich City 1, Lincoln City 0, West Ham United 1, Liverpool 3, Leicester City 1, and Newcastle 1, Manchester 115 charges, Pep Guardiola's a big fraud 0. So everybody thinks Endo starts. Can't drop Jones, he's in form. True, but we can only play with so many players. So then are we going with Szoboszlai and Jones and not playing McAllister? Because I think Dom has to start. I think I get where you're coming from on Curtis Jones 100%. It would be very harsh to drop him. But I love the options we have. I love that we've got McAllister, Szoboszlai, Elliott, who I thought had a great game tonight. Rachel Todd, thank you very much, Rachel, for gifting 5 Anfield Agenda memberships. That's very much appreciated. They've gone to Andrew, to TB, to Dave, to Kevin Kyo, and the last one went to Papa Z. Thank you very much, Rachel. That's very kind. I think bench Jones for rotation. Look, I love the fact that we have options, and good options to rotate. James Henry, thank you for gifting an Anfield Agenda membership, my friend. That one's gone to Metallic, I believe is how I pronounce that one. Should Kwanzaa be starting Saturday? No, I don't think so. I think you're going to see Verge come back in alongside Ibu. But look, let me say this about Jaro Kwanzaa. He's gone from strength to strength, and he's repaying the faith the manager has shown in him, and he deserves immense credit. Again, the biggest compliment you can give for Kwanzaa, again, is that he did not look out of place. And had an assist as well at the end of the game there for Diogo Jota's goal. The depth we have now is scarily good, said Alex Cooper. It is, and I would suggest that, when you get Thiago back, or if you go into the market in January and bring in Andre, we are looking pretty good. We will need another centre-back, in my opinion, and look, you could argue about bringing in right-back cover, albeit we do have two good young right-backs, one on loan, one injured at the minute, Conor Bradley and Calvin Ramsey, obviously, so yeah, look, life's pretty good. The rebuild was done. Do you know what? The rebuild was done so well that even Richard Keys is having to admit that he was wrong about Liverpool. And if Richard Keys is admitting that he's wrong about Liverpool, you know that it's gone well, because he doesn't like us very much, Mr. Hairy Hands. So, fair play. It's top notch. And the competition for places is pretty strong. And Pato said, what a goal. Yes, what a goal indeed. I take it you're talking about Szoboszlai's goal, mate. A worldie. A worldie of a strike. Start Endo means we get to free McAllister, said Simon. Yeah, but who do you drop? If we're going to go and say the back four would be Trent, Robbo, Canade, Verge. You go into midfield then. If you go with Endo, then you only go with two ahead of Endo, and Szoboszlai has to be one of those two. So then it's going to be McAllister or Jones. You would imagine probably McAllister, because he was rested fully tonight. And then obviously up top you're going to have Mohamed Salah, Darwin and Lucho. But the bench is going to be strong. And that's something that we've longed for a long time, is difference makers from the bench. Queen Nadra, thank you again for your kind super chat. Said, Craig, what would you do if we win the league unbeaten? Unspeakable things is probably the answer, Queen Nadra. Well, first off, the Nips will be out. That's a given. If we won the league unbeaten, I don't know. I don't even need it to be unbeaten, mate. Just for us to win the league again it'd be amazing, because the biggest regret I think we all have, if you can have a regret about winning the league, is that the players, the manager, they didn't get to really celebrate it, not with the fans because of COVID. So it would be gorgeous to get them to win the league, just so they could properly embrace it with the fans. And I think it will be special. So I hope before Jurgen leaves, we have another European Cup, another league title in us, and maybe a domestic cup. Brebo, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my friend. Thank you for your support. And don't forget, tomorrow I will be recording a bit of a tactical breakdown for members only after this game, talking about what happened in the game. So keep an eye out for that if you're a member tomorrow. That should be coming out tomorrow evening at some point. Endo can be slow and Spurs counter very fast, said Cole Smith. They do, but you would hope that he can read the game and stop the counters. So, yes, I imagine Spurs will sit and look to spring an attack on us, but we've been slow starters this season, and so have Spurs. If you look at their games, they've had a fair few comebacks as well. So, it's set up for a fantastic game on Saturday evening in London, and I can't wait. And then another belter game next weekend against Brighton as well. I love the versatility, said Sleazy. We'll be challenged this season and win it, if not this season, next season. Look, we should be in the conversation for a title challenge. In my opinion, Liverpool, Man City and Arsenal are the three that look a little bit better than the rest. Spurs have had a very good start, but I think their squad's still a little bit light in strength and depth, and I think that'll cost them over the course of a season. So I think we should be spoken about, but let people continue to underestimate us and we'll just go about our business. Who scored the third goal? Diogo Jota, with an assist by Jarell Kwanzaa, and it was a great goal. It was a little flick from behind him with his right foot into the far post. We will challenge, but as usual, everyone wants us to write us off and bigs up Arsenal. Let them. Do you know what's funny? And I don't know if you guys noticed this as well, but when we were going head to head with Manchester City and fighting for titles, there wasn't as much talk about Manchester City being cheating SOBs As soon as Arsenal get involved in the title race, all of a sudden there's a lot more conversation about Manchester City's 115 charges and what's going on. And I don't know if it's just me that feels that way, but I felt like Liverpool never got the support by other fan bases to try and topple the obvious shenanigans of Manchester City. And I don't like that. And I won't forget that either. Are we doing the draw? Yes, we're staying on for the draw. London media bias. Look, everybody that cares about football should be annoyed about what Manchester City are accused of doing. Everybody. And the fact that some people are so willing to hate on us that they would almost overlook what's actually happening to the detriment of football baffles me. I was one of the few people who spoke out constantly about what was going on at Manchester City, and still do. And if you care about the game, you should be disgusted by what they've been accused of. So, I have no respect for them. I have a lot of respect for Arsenal. I have a lot of respect for Spurs. And if we're in a title race with Spurs or Arsenal, you won't hear any saltiness out of me about it. You'll just, hear me wanting Liverpool to get the better of them. But I don't get it. I never understood it. The way people couldn't just look at the situation and go, it stinks. It stinks. Right, draws in 5 minutes, by the way. 5 minutes until the League Cup draw is on. And we will, of course, bring it to you. Why not buy Cetic at CDM? He's underrated. He's still getting back into match rhythm as well. So Stefan had a delayed start to his campaign. Obviously, he was getting back over the injury, the abdominal injury, if my memory's right, that he had at the end of last season. So he had a delayed start to the season. So he's kind of playing catch up a little bit. Queen Nadra said, we're Liverpool, we're special, we don't need anybody. You'll never walk alone. Up for the Reds for life. Thank you, Queen Nadra. And again, thank you for your generosity and your constant interactions and support of the channel. I love it when Liverpool go under the radar while Arsenal are getting overhyped. I know. I don't get it. Look, Arsenal deserve praise. Of course they do. What they're assembling there and the football they're playing is very impressive. And I genuinely have nothing but sporting rivalry with Arsenal. If Arsenal go on to win stuff, I promise you I won't be on here being salty about it. I'll be congratulating them on it because I have respect for what they're doing. I missed today's game. Who was the best player on the pitch? Well, the vote is still open at the top of the live chat. We've asked you for your man of the match. We've had almost 4,000 votes. So far, Harvey Elliott has 19%. Jarrell Kwanzaa is in second place with 23%. Curtis Jones with 9%. And top of the pile is Endo. Wataru Endo is looking like he's going to be your man of the match. He has 49% of the vote, but we're going to leave it open. See if we can get up to 5,000 votes. When Thiago is fit, does he start? No, not for me. I think we've outgrown Thiago. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say that Thiago Alcantara, fit, firing and doing well, couldn't complement any team. But we need to look to the future. And I don't think Thiago's long-term future is at Liverpool. So I'd rather the minutes get given to the young players who are coming through and those who will be at the club for the next 3, 4, 5 years. That's my take on the Thiago. And I say this as somebody who loves Thiago. Can you show us the draw? You're not allowed to do it, my friend. I will keep you up to date with it. I have the TV on here beside me and I'll talk you through the draw, but I can't show it to you. Thoughts on Gravenberch's performance? Honestly, I thought it was hit and miss. Got the assist, obviously, for the Gakpo goal. But I also thought sometimes in possession he took a bit too much out of the ball. I think he needs to speed things up a little bit. But again, it's new. It's early doors for him. So I'm not going to decide one way or the other on Gravenberch. But he wouldn't be somebody I'd say was one of the standout performers from that game. How do you feel about Mo Salah losing his goal contribution for every game? Well, it doesn't. He hasn't lost it because he hasn't started. So you don't. When he plays his next game, it will be games in a row for him. So I don't think the record is going to be lost. But look, it was the right decision to rest Mohamed tonight because huge game coming up, and you want Mo as primed and as peak and as ready for that game as you can. And tonight was an opportunity to give the great man a rest. Jurgen did the right thing and gave him a rest. So I hope we see the result of that and the benefits of that on Saturday when we take on Spurs. He loves a goal against Spurs as well. Who were your standout players of the game? Elliott, Jones, Endo, Kwanzaa would probably be the four off the top of my head that I would say can take immense credit from the game. There were some other decent performances in there. Kanade had a good performance. I thought he defended well. Some good one-on-one defending at times. Quiveen didn't really have much to do outside of the goal, to be fair. Dom looked great when he came on. I thought Costas was a bit hit and miss. Sometimes he's a bit too eager to try and get to the ball ahead of the player rather than just standing off and waiting to see what the player does with it. I thought Jones' versatility was brilliant. You know, to see him come in and play in that right back hybrid role and do it so well was a credit to him. Harvey Elliott to me was sensationally good today. Only thing he didn't do was score. Gakpo I thought linked up play well at times. Jota hit and miss, but again he does what he does, which is pop up with a goal when you need it, and that's to his immense credit. It's so great having these headaches in team selection, said Luke. It is. It's a brilliant headache, and I'm sure it's a headache any manager in the world would love. Oh, I've got to send Connor something. Sorry. 1 second. I've got to send Connor my ratings. Sorry. I keep forgetting to do this so he can have it ready for me. Bear with me 2 seconds. I've got to get them done or Connor gives out to me. Bear with me, I'm nearly done. Nearly done. Nearly there, folks. Bear with me, sorry. If I don't get this done, then the player ratings won't get done, and it'll only take me 1 more sec. There we go. Sorry. The draw's coming up now in a second. We're just waiting for the ads to finish and then we'll get the draw. So we will bring you the draw. $10.20 it starts. What a game. This makes me love our whole squad, said Kevin. JC, how are we, buddy? Great to see you in as well. And yes, as he said, please do like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we hope you enjoy the content, and you do. Let's all laugh at Man City. Okay, why not? Feels rude not to. So predictions. I'm going to predict we get United at home. That's my prediction for the draw. Endo 9 out of 10, said Simon. It's like you can read my mind, Simon. It's like you can read my mind. That's freaky, mate. Well played. I think Everton. Wendy, you could be right. A Merseyside derby. You know, I just want us to get a home draw. That's what I look for first and foremost. Because we get a home draw immediately, the lads on the Auto Cup scheme get a game, and I love that because sometimes that's the only game some of these people can get to. Will Trent play against Spurs? I hope so. He's close, very close. He's doing, last I seen he was doing ball work but not full training, so I hope that Trent's ready for that game. How much till 218k? Oh, let me check. Good bit, by the way. 560 away from 218k. First time City have a tough game and they lose. I said since the start of this season that I don't think City are the same team that they were. I think this is one of the weaker versions of Manchester City we've seen. Which might sound crazy when they've won their opening 6 games in the league, but I don't think they've been put up against it yet, really. I strongly think Liverpool will win the Premier League, said Ralph. We're still waiting for the draw, by the way. I'm flicking through all the Sky channels here. As we await the draw. I hate when companies do this. Like, they drag the draws out because they know everyone's waiting. Hurry up, lads. Yes, Eddie Howe. Yes, what do you think of the game, Eddie Howe? Great, we beat Manchester City. Oil. Manchester City, oil. Eddie Howe, blah, blah. I've done the interview for you there. Endo worked his socks off, said Jimmy. Oh, sorry. Someone said that too, Jimmy. My apologies. Draws on YouTube. Surely they show it on Sky Sports as well. What's your midfield three with a fully fit squad, no injuries? I still don't know around the number 6. That's the, like, I give you every other position, Gary, on the pitch, but I still don't know about the number 6 yet. So yeah, once we nail down our number 6, I know the rest of my team, and it would be Trent, Robbo, Canade, Verge, Alisson in goal, obviously, whomever in the 6. Ahead, I'd go McAllister and Szoboszlai, but you can make a very good argument for Jones and Szoboszlai. Then Mohamed Salah, Darwin Núñez, and Lucho. Finally, big fan of Craig. I'll always support you. Feels good. You shout me out. Oh, thank you, Ralph. That's very kind of you. I appreciate your support, my friend. I'm sorry if I haven't read out one of your comments before, mate. I try to get through as many as I can, but I'm glad you're with us. Right, here we go. We're finally getting to the draw. A little ad, and then we'll be at the old draw. Here we go with the draw. We'll get Chelsea watch, said Ollie. Bajcetic was arguably our best player before his injury last season. He was brilliant, Sam, in the 6 last season. I very much agree with you. And it's unfortunate for him, the timing of that injury. But look, it's a long season ahead with plenty of games to play. So, you know, that number 6 role, I guess it's up for grabs at the minute. Boss Show, shout out Gary and Deck. Is Endo good? Well, hello Gary and Deck anyway. Thank you. Is Endo good? Yes. He's getting there. I have to be honest and say first half of that game tonight, I still thought he was finding his way into it. But second half, he really pushed on in my opinion. And you guys, I'm going to close the vote now. Actually, we're 300 votes away from 6,000 or 5,000. So I'm going to try and get us to 5,000 votes. But we have 4 options for your man of the match poll. Harvey Elliott, Wataru Endo, Curtis Jones and Jarell Kwanzaa. They're your options. And we're closing in on 5,000 votes. So I'm going to see if we can get there before I end it. But, you know, it's going to be Endo. He's head and shoulders above at the minute. Endo was a rock star, said Anu. Weren't yellow card either for him. Yeah, I thought he won that challenge, Robert. And I'd never seen a replay of it. They didn't show us one in the game. But I was surprised that one was a foul and two that it was a yellow. I can't believe Chelsea won, said Luca on. I know, stranger things have happened though. I'd rather they win in the League Cup than the Premier League though. I'd love their form in the Premier League to continue to be crap. Am I doing player ratings? Yes. As soon as the draw's over, Benson, I'm going to record the player rating video and they'll go straight up, mate. I promise you. As soon as this draw's over, I'll be straight onto the player ratings. Why isn't Craig on Twitch anymore? Money! Money, 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 money! Money! Pretty much. We had a 1-year deal with Twitch where we licensed their content to them for a year. That ended at the end of June. And then we returned home to YouTube. That's the answer. Draw is supposed to have started by now. Well, it hasn't. So, I mean, I'm with you. We were told 10:15, then 10:20. Now it's 10:24, and we're still awaiting the draw. Maybe they're still writing the script. Maybe. Maybe. Come on, will you hurry up with the draw? Same time in Ireland. I believe so. Holly. How are you? Harry said, can I have a shout out for my partner Holly? Holly, how are you? I hope you're well. Thanks for putting up with Harry. Means a lot to us. Come on, Sky. Stop taking the me-haul here and hurry up with the draw. They're still warming the relevant balls, said Jeff. Don't forget, by the way, while we have a little lull here while we're waiting for the draw, don't forget to check out our brand new second channel, Top of the League. You can scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen where you'll see the Top of the League logo. Or you can go into the description of the stream and you'll see a link to Top of the League. We'd love you to subscribe to our second channel. We're going to be doing watch-alongs of Champions League games, big Premier League games, and lots of news videos as well. Today we put out a video speaking about the Ten Hag and Sancho situation at Manchester United. Hope you can check it out. Right, I think we're about to get the draw finally. And we've got the... Nope, we're nearly at the 5,000 votes. I'm hanging off till we get to 5,000. And the Top of the League link is also there in the live chat, which is pinned if you want to click and subscribe via that link. We'd really appreciate it. Hurry up with the draw, you absolute twats! Right, so just a review of all the scores, because Sky are really milking this. Aston Villa 1, Everton 2, Blackburn 5, Cardiff 2, Bournemouth 2, Stoke 0, Brentford 0, Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1, Brighton 0, Fulham 2, Norwich 1, Lincoln 0, West Ham 1, Liverpool 3, Leicester City 1, and Newcastle 1, Manchester Abu Dhabi 115 charges, City 0. Do you reckon Sky are just crying now because City are out? Is that what's going on? They're just all, wiping up each other's tears. For the love of God, Sky. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. They're celebrating Chelsea finally winning. I mean, can you hurry up? Jesus Christ. Fine, we just hurry up with the draw, for the love of God. Right, we're going to end the poll because we've now had 5,000 votes. And your Anfield Agenda man of the match is Wataru Endo. Congratulations, Endo. He romped it with almost 50% of the vote. Right, finally we're getting underway with the draw in a second. Yeah, hurry up, love. Nobody cares what any of the three of you three have to say. Just put your hand in the thing, wiggle it round and grab the balls. That's all we need here. Stop with the small talk. We don't care what any of them have to say. Just put the handy hand in, grab the balls and do your job. Right, just for numbers, Liverpool are 15. Manchester United are 4. Arsenal are number... Where are Arsenal? Arsenal are 11. Oh, God, for the love of God, just hurry up with the draw. Newcastle number 16 in the draw as well. So we're looking for number 15. If you're looking for Manchester City, they ain't there. Right, hurry up. Right, here we go. Neil Lennon doing the home balls. Again, we're looking for 15. Five is the first one out. Mansfield Town is the first ball out. Number 7. Mansfield will play Port Vale. Interesting. Mansfield, Port Vale, the first tie out of the draw. Next up, number 3. Ipswich, at home. To number 13. Ipswich against Fulham. Ipswich against Fulham. Manchester United. Number 4, Manchester United. Number 16, Newcastle. Ooh. Manchester United and Newcastle drawn together. Newcastle knocked out one team from Manchester. Can they do it the second time? They're going to have to go away to Old Trafford. Number 8, Bournemouth against Liverpool. Liverpool away against Bournemouth in the League Cup. Away against Bournemouth. Chelsea. They're the next one out. Chelsea are home to Blackburn. Chelsea, Blackburn. West Ham United. They've got a home draw. West Ham. Against Arsenal. Wow, good tie that. West Ham at the London City Stadium against Arsenal. We've had Newcastle and Manchester United as well. Number 9. Everton. Everton against Burnley. The most Sean Dyche fixture in the history of football. Everton against Burnley. Exeter. Final draw is Exeter at home. And Exeter will play Middlesbrough. So that is the full draw. We will take you through it one more time before we finish up. Some real belter fixtures there. We'll just wait for it to come up on screen and we'll take you through it in its entirety. So for those who came in late, we're against Bournemouth. We drew Bournemouth away. So here is the full draw of the next round of the League Cup. Mansfield, Port Vale, Ipswich versus Fulham. Manchester United have a home tie against Newcastle, the conquerors of Manchester City, 115 charges Abu Dhabi. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Chelsea will take on Blackburn. West Ham and Arsenal is another belter of a game. And then Everton versus Burnley and Exeter versus Middlesbrough. That is the confirmation of the League Cup 4th round draw. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us for tonight's watch along, post-match reaction and everything else. I'm going to go record the player ratings video now. We will see you guys same time, same place tomorrow. Don't forget to check out Top of the League as well. Thank you for your support, my friends. I'll chat to you soon. Much love.